हाँ यार, जब से 5G आया तब से 4G भी नहीं चल रहा है ढंग से, ना 4G चल रहा है ना 5G चल रहा है। So what was discussing a patient with Morgagni-Adams-Stokes syndrome. So what we these questions we discussed yesterday only. So what we discussed about the clinical death. But in the clinical death, there is also the stages of the death, like the pre-agony. Then we have the agony. So the pre-agony means decrease in the blood pressure, the loss of consciousness, and there is a decrease in the metabolisms. Then if we talk about the agony, so what does it mean by agony? There will be more decrease in the blood pressure. There will be more decrease in the blood pressures. So if more decrease in the blood pressures, we call this condition as the agony conditions. And also what we see, the breathing will be stopped. The breathing will be stopped. So we call this condition as the agony. We call this condition as the agony. After that we have the clinical death. And after the clinical death, what we studied, that is the reversible death, in which vital organs stop functioning. Vital organs like the heart, lungs, all these things will be completely blocked, and this is the reversible condition. This is the reversible conditions. We got the time for the resuscitations, and after the clinical death, the final will be the biological death will be there. The final will be the biological death will be there. Okay. So this is the pre-agony or agony. Then after that, see the questions. A 32-year-old welder. Now welder is there, the complaints of the weakness and the fever. So if you see there is a weakness, so weakness or like something fatigue is there. So weakness and fatigue means that you maybe they can be the weakness or fatigue. So that can be the reason of the anemia. That can be the reason of anemia. His illness initially presented as a tonsillitis 1 month earlier. On examination, the temperature is this, respiration is this, hemorrhage on the legs, enlargement of the lymph nodes, complete blood count shows the hemoglobin is there, RBC is there, WBC, then 32% of the blast cells. So what we discussed, 30 blast cells we revised before, 1% of eosinophil, 3% of the band cells, 36 segmented, 20% lymphocytes, 8%. What is the cause of anemia in this case? So we call this condition, we know that if blast cells are more, so what we call this condition as the acute leukemia or acute condition. So acute leukemia, what we discussed, that if undifferentiated or the blast cell, if undifferentiated, or we say the blast cell, or what we can say the immature cells, and also if acute condition is there, then we will see that in this question the 32-year old, but also this is more common in the less than 10 years old children. It is more common in the less than 10 years old children. Chronic leukemia. In these conditions we discuss that there are two types of the cells. What are these two types? Smudge cell and the basket cell. If the smudge cell and basket cells are given in the question, so what is the answer? Chronic LL or CLL. Aplastic anemia, the aplastic anemia, it is due to, aplastic anemia will be due to bone marrow suppression. So what we will see, the bone marrow suppressions. By which drugs? Levomycin or chloramphenicol. Bone marrow suppression, and it is due to which drugs? Levomycin and chloramphenicol. So levomycin and chloramphenicol. By these drugs, what they cause? They cause the bone marrow suppressions and cause the aplastic anemia. Vitamin B12 deficient anemia, what we call is that the macrocytic anemia. What we call this as the macrocytic anemia. Chronic hemolytic anemia, mainly due to G6PD deficiency. Due to G6PD deficiency, that is the chronic hemolytic anemia. If it is chronic conditions more than 3 months, then it will convert into the chronic conditions. Okay. After that, after a 5 days long celebration, 5 दिन के long celebration के बाद of his daughter wedding, a 65-year-old patient saw in his yards many cats, chicken or rats. He tried to chase them away but was scared of when the animals started scolding him and tried to harm him. What is the likely diagnosis? So in these questions we are having one keywords. What keywords we are having? The celebration. The celebration matlab daru party. Celebration means beer or all these things has been invited, and he okay ठीक है. So that all these things will be there. So it cause or alcohol will be there. Celebration means alcohol, so alcohol will cause this type of the symptoms. So he show the many yards, many cats, chicken, rats, and they are trying to harm him, scaring, harmless, all this seen in this condition, and it is like diagnosis will be the delirium tremens. So see, so this is the case of the alcohol withdrawal syndromes. What he have, the 5-day long celebration. From the 5 day he is taking the alcohol, but after that maybe he skip the alcohol, he withdraw the alcohol. So after that he got some symptoms. We call those symptoms as the alcohol withdrawal symptoms. The alcohol withdrawal syndromes. In alcohol withdrawal syndromes, remember, when we talk about the alcohol, when we talk about the alcohol withdrawal syndromes, so first things that we see in the alcohol withdrawal syndromes, the first things that will be the tremors. The what we will see, we see the rigid tremors. So the first phase that with the tremors will be there, and the tremors, that is like continuous tremors can be there, or the burst of the tremors will be there, and this is seen during like after 6 to 8 hours of alcohol withdrawal. After 6 to 8 hours of alcohol withdrawals, after the tremors, what we see, alcoholic hallucination. The first things we see the tremor. The second thing, this is the important note for the crow 2 for the all the exams, so please be concentrate. Alcoholic hallucinations, the alcoholic hallucinations. आज ये डांस क्यों कर रहे हैं, ये वर्ड्स वगैरह डांस करते दिखाई दे रहे हैं ना. Alcoholic hallucinations. Then we have in the psychotic and there is a perceptual symptoms. Maybe they drink alcohol, right? These all the words, they drink alcohol and now they are dancing. Okay, alcoholic hallucinations, psychotic or perceptual symptoms. This will be seen after 8 to 12 hours. This is seen after 8 to 12 hours. So what we will see, there will be the visual tactile hallucination, auditory hallucinations, or like the vital signs will be stable. The vital signs, what we see, that will be stable in this condition. The vital signs will be stables. The vital sign will be stable in this condition. After that, what we see, there will be the third one, and third one, what we see the patients will be having the seizures. The patient will be having the seizures. It can be the single seizures, or it can be the multiple generalized tonic-clonic seizure. See, there is a very small difference between the seizure and the epilepsy. When there is a more than equal to the 2 consecutive seizures, when there is a more than 2 consecutive seizures are there, we call this as the epilepsy. But if there is a no, like only the single seizure has been come, we cannot call it as the epilepsy. For epilepsy, we have to define that this is the epilepsy. In the past, he should having the seizures. Now, if he don't have the seizures in the past, we call this as the simple seizure, or the generalized tonic-clonic seizure, the single seizures based on the the clinical features of that seizures. So it will be, the seizures will be after 12 to 24 hours. After 12 to 24 hours, what we see, the seizures. After the seizures, the fourth things that we will see in this patient, that is the delirium tremens. That is the delirium tremens. What we will see, delirium tremens means we will see there is some confusion. The patient will be confused. The patients will be confused, like agitations. The patients will be confused like you, as you are confused कि क्या होगा, क्या ना होगा, क्या करेंगे. So that will be like confused. After that, what you see, the fever, there will be the tachycardia. The fever, the tachycardia, hypertensions, okay, and orientations will be impaired. The impaired orientations will be there. Okay, then it will be after, remember, after 40 after 48 hours. After 48 hours, what we will see, that is the delirium tremens, and it usually like less than 72 hours, like within the 3 days, but it can persist up to 5 days. But it can persist up to 5 days. Okay, but it usually persists within the less than 72 hours. Okay, so in this question, what we see, we see that there is a 5 days long salivation. So 5 days alcohol, and after that what we see, the 5 days means after 48 hours. So we will call this condition as the delirium tremens based on the duration, or so that we call the delirium tremens. Okay, after that a regional cardiologist is given a task. So who is giving a task? Regional cardiologist. The regional cardiologist given a task to develop a plan for preventive measures. The preventive measures aimed at decreasing the cardiovascular mortality rate. What measures should be planned for the secondary prevention? So see, when it about the primary prevention. So in the case of the primary preventions, what we do, we prevent any risk factors. If primary preventions is there, we prevent the any risk factors. If any risk factor to that patient, then we term it into the primary preventions. We call it into the primary prevention. But if we having like, if we want to prevent, there is a small difference between the secondary and tertiary. In the secondary, it is the early stage of the disease, and the tertiary is the late stage of the disease. Okay, now understand it like this. There are some phases of the disease. Understand that it is the some phases of the disease. In the first phase, what we see there is a primordial phase. The primordial phase. The primordial phase. Okay, in the primordial phase, when you are in the starting of the class, like before the 3 months, when we in the February starting, when we start the class. So at that time, I am considering you that please start the study. Okay, and I am saying don't distract. I am saying, so this is the primordial phase. There is still no risk factor, because if you will study from like these days, from the starting of the days, you don't have risk to fail. But after that, you enter into the primary phase. After that, you enter into the primary phase. The primary phase is what? That you are asking me how to pass the any exams like within the 3 days. So means you have some risk factor. You having some risk factor is there. So if any risk factor is present, it means that is a primary prevention. So I need to prevent it primarily. That is the primary prevention. After that, you like somebody, not you, somebody went to the exam, but he did not study at all. But he did not study, or she did not study at all, and after that, what she do? She failed the exams. So now what happened? She enter into the secondary prevention. So I need to prevent them secondary. So she will get the second attempt, or he will get the second attempt. So I need to prevent them secondary. So once the secondary prevention has been done, now what happened? She again failed. Then what is the tertiary preventions? Then is the tertiary prevention. So in the secondary prevention, what we do? We see. Now let's see, primordial follicles underlying, like any, we will check, like we will clean the environment. So they are the primordial. There is a no risk factor, nothing. Just we are saying that it cannot be converted into any risk factor. So we are preventing if it is not going under to the risk factor. Here, but in the primary prevention, there is a cause or risk factor is present. The cause or risk factor is present. So we need to prevent that things. After that, you enter into the secondary preventions. The secondary prevention is the early stage of the disease. The early stage of the disease. Early stage. So at this early stages, like what you will do? Diagnosis. Now you having the disease. Now you have to diagnose that disease, and then according to that you need to treat that disease. Diagnosis and the treatment comes under the secondary prevention. After that, you are go under the tertiary prevention. In the tertiary prevention, what we need to do? Like for example, if the some having the eyesight issue, Okay, eyesight is weak. If some having the weak eyesight, so what we will do, we can give them the eyeglasses. We can give the eyeglasses, the eye lens we can provide. That is the rehabilitation. So in the tertiary, what we are doing in the tertiary finding, what we have to prevent the disability. What we do, prevent the disability or any complications, disability, and we will give the rehabilitation, and also we will prevent the complications. What we will do, we prevent the complications. I hope you understand everything. Okay, we need to prevent the any further complications. So this question is also saying the same. A regional cardiologist given a task to develop a plan for preventing measures. What is the aim? Decreasing the cardiovascular mortality. So already we having the cardiovascular disease, but we want to that mortality will be decreased. So mortality and everything will be decreased with the help of the diagnosis and the treatment. What measures should be planned for the secondary prevention? So we want to prevent if any further recurrence has been occur, and complications it comes under the third, but as there are I think no other options is there, so we can consider the complication also into it, because the secondary and tertiary I told you that there is a very little difference. It is the early stage and this is the late stage. This is the late stage, so that's why very tiny little difference between them. That's why we can say the prevention of any recurrence and complications from the environment. So that's why we can easily aim and to prevent these cardiovascular mortality. Okay, is that clear? Okay, voice and everything is clear. Mani Dheeraj, he just added now. Okay. After that, see, doing the physical exercise, a man suddenly developed the acute chest pain on the right and dyspnea. See, there is acute chest pain on the right and dyspnea is there. Assume forced half sitting position in the bed, present with a diffuse cyanosis is there. Resting tachypnea of 38 per minute. The right side of the thorax is enlarged and does not participate in the respiratory process. So here we having the is enlarged and does not participate in the respiratory process. Percussions on the right reveals tympanic resonance and absence of respiration. I hope you can already answered the questions. So what is the answer? That is the pneumothorax. If the tympanic resonance is there, so I discussed with you all before this question, that is the pneumothorax, spontaneous pneumothorax. Okay, in the pneumothorax, what do you see? The air will enter to the air present. So air will be present. So due to which when air will enter into the chest cavity, it will cause the collapse of the lungs. The lungs will be collapsed. The lungs will be collapsed. Okay. So I think this we already discussed. See, it can be the pneumothorax, it can be the primary, it can be the secondary. Primary, if it is directly like any lungs pathology is there, and the secondary, if other than lungs, some other lung pathology, like if the smoking, it's also come under the secondary. If we see the sudden or the spontaneous pneumothorax, spontaneous pneumothorax. So sudden and the spontaneous pneumothorax is there. So that will be what we will see unilateral. So what we will see unilateral. Along with that, what we will see the pleuritic chest pain. What we will see the pleuritic chest pain will be theirs. And what we will see percussions, hyperresonance, tympanic sounds. Hyperresonance, tympanic sounds will be theirs. Okay. Hyperresonance, because air is trapped, that's why it will give the resonant sounds, and we call this as the tympanic or band box resonance. Tympanic or band box resonance. Okay. There is a one more thing. There is a lobar. Okay, the lobar pneumonia we discussed. The one thing is also there, that is the tension pneumothorax. One thing is also there, that is the tension pneumothorax. That is the tension pneumothorax. So what is the tension pneumothorax? I will also discuss this in details, but for now, if the tension pneumothorax is there, or we also call this as the valvular pneumothorax. Valvular pneumothorax. So in this condition, what we see, the patients will undergo the hypotension. The patients will undergo the hypotension. The tension pneumothorax, it is the emergency condition. It is the emergency conditions. We see there is a hypotension. Along with that, we see the tachycardia, and we will see the jugular veins distension. Jugular vein distension. So this is what, that is the tension pneumothorax or the valvular pneumothorax, that you need to remember. What we will do in the case of the tension pneumothorax, the air will be trapped inside, and it will not able to go out. So in the simple words, so this is what the tension pneumothorax. And for the treatment, we need to give the decompressions, and as well as we can give the like wide bore needle thoracocentesis. Wide bore needle thoracocentesis. Thoracocentesis. And thoracocentesis, I hope every one of you know, that is done at the second intercostal space and the mid clavicular lines. Okay. After that, question number 6. A 34-year-old man on the third day of the ceftriaxone. So what we are giving? Third day of the ceftriaxone. Treatment for the acute otitis. Daily dosage 2 grams. He is taking the treatment for the acute otitis. What is taking? The ceftriaxone. Develop the diarrhea. So this is the ceftriaxone is taking, and he is developing the diarrhea 5 to 6 times per day. So as in the question is saying, antibiotic is giving what? Develop the diarrhea after taking the drugs. Then fecus or without mucus or blood admixture, the temperature, the Gregerson's reaction, occult blood in the fecus is negative, means there is a no blood. So stool culture detect no pathological germs, means no bacterial infections, no pathological condition. What is the most likely cause of diarrhea? Drugs is there, diarrhea is there, nothing is given in the question. What is the answer? The antibiotic associated diarrhea. What is the answer? Antibiotic associated diarrhea. Okay, because this ceftriaxone, PPI, what they do? They kill the useful bacteria. Ceftriaxone, amoxicillin, PPI, they can kill our normal microflora. They can kill our normal microflora. But once they kill the normal microflora, so what happens? The anaerobic bacteria will start growing. The anaerobic bacteria will start growing. The anaerobic bacteria will start growing. Like for example, we discussed what there was one thing, that the Clostridium difficile. The Clostridium difficile. We discussed about the Clostridium. So that was the Clostridium difficile, and the Clostridium difficile will give the foul smelling diarrhea. It will give the foul smelling diarrhea. It will give the foul smelling diarrhea, and we call this as the antibiotic associated diarrhea. Okay, so that you need to remember. After that, question number 7. I hope everyone wrote this. A 24-year-old patient visit doctor complaining of enlargement of his submaxillary lymph nodes. Now, objectively, what we see, submaxillary, axillary, inguinal lymph nodes are enlarged. Chest X-ray show there is an enlarged lymph node of the mediastinum. Blood test, we see the erythrocytes. Blood color index is the 0 point. The blood color index, what is the blood color index? So blood color index is what? That is 0.8, it means less. So if it is less than 1, we call this is the microcytic anemia. Platelets, leukocytes, eosinophils, band neutrophils segmented. What test must be prescribed to verify the cause of lymphadenopathy? So see, if we are seeing there is an enlargement of submaxillary lymph nodes, along with that we see there is inguinal lymph nodes are enlarged. So if lymph nodes are enlarged, so this can be the cause of the lymphoma, because in the lymphoma also what we see, there will be the enlargement of the lymph nodes. What we will say, the enlargement of the lymph nodes. So, or we can say lymphoma is, what is the lymphoma? The cancers of the lymph nodes. So I told you that if you want to test or verify the cause, so what we need to do? We need to do the biopsy. So what we will check? We will check the biopsy. So biopsy, there is a two biopsy, open biopsy or the puncture biopsy. So when you will do the open biopsy, so with the help of the open biopsy, it will get access to all the organs. With the help of that, it get access to all the, not all organs, all the cells. But in case of the puncture biopsy, when we are puncturing and then we are taking the samples, so in the case of the puncture biopsy, there will be the less cells will be present. There will be the less cell will present, and that can be inaccurate, giving the inaccurate findings. That's why what we do, we use the open biopsy of the lymph nodes. Okay. Next question, during the medical examination, a cadet in the Naval College was detected to have painless dense ulcer. So what we are seeing, the painless, there is a dense ulcers in his perianal area at the 2 o'clock position. The ulcer floor resembles the old fat. So we know that if we are seeing the painless ulcers, so painless ulcer we, or the, what we, in which condition we see the painless ulcers? The painless ulcer we know that we discussed in case of the syphilis. The first painless ulcers seen in case of the syphilis. Okay, tell me the painful ulcers. The painful ulcers. The painful ulcers, they are seen in case of the which conditions? Cancroid. Cancroid caused by the Haemophilus ducrei. Haemophilus ducrei. So in this condition, what we see? The painful ulcers. So what painless ulcer is there? So we having the syphilis. So this, that's why it will the hard syphilitic cancre of the rectums will be seen, because it is in the perianal area, that will be the like near the rectum area. That's why we have in the hard syphilitic cancre of the rectum. Okay, syphilis, you should know that it having the painless ulcer. Question number 9. There is a cystic fibrosis is there. Along with that, we see there is a drumstick finger. Drumstick finger, we also discussed that it is seen in case of the bronchoectasis. Drumstick finger, bronchoectasis. Drumstick finger, bronchoectasis. Cystic fibrosis. We discussed the cystic fibrosis, mucoviscidosis, right? The cystic, what we discussed in the cystic fibrosis or pulmonary mucoviscidosis, this is the autosomal dominant conditions, right? It is the autosomal dominant condition. I think nahi. I think this is the X-linked recessive conditions. Does anyone know what we wrote there? I think X-linked recessive or X-linked dominant something. Does anyone knows about that? Don't search, just if you know, then you know. पढ़ लो भाई, पढ़ लो रे. It is the autosomal recessive conditions. ठीक है? It is not the X-linked dominant, not X-linked recessive. It is the autosomal recessive conditions. Okay? जब मैंने autosomal dominant लिखा ना, तभी आंसर आना चाहिए था तुरंत कि this is the autosomal recessive conditions. He complains of the dyspnea and the blood expectorations. What we see, the drumstick finger. The drumstick fingers, that is the case of the bronchoectasis. Along with that, tell me which gene is affected in the case of the cystic fibrosis. Which gene is affected? Which gene is affected? Which gene is affected? Which gene? CFTR, transmembrane gene. Cystic. Wait just a second. कुछ update I think. So there is a CFTR gene. तो CFTR gene में क्या होता है? That will be the affected. 186. Okay, so there is CFTR gene, cystic fibrosis, transmembrane gene, and along with that, what we see discussed that the chloride channels will be impaired. Now, chloride channels will be impaired. We can also call this baby as the salt baby. We can also the salt baby syndromes. The salt baby syndrome will be there. The loss of chloride channels through the sweat glands. So chloride channels will be impaired through the sweat channels. We call this as the salt baby syndromes. And the chromosomes 7 we discussed. The chromosome 7 will be discussed in these conditions. And productive cough, recurrent pulmonary infection, frequent diarrhea, bronchoectasis, fat soluble, vitamin deficiency will be there, and infertility can also be seen. Now our focus is that provisional diagnosis of what? Chronic pulmonary heart disease. So if heart disease is there, what we will do? We will do the echocardiography. Doppler echocardiography, when we do the Doppler. So Doppler is the live, you can say the live echo, Doppler ultrasound, Doppler echocardiography. So that will help you the, like Doppler will able to help the flow also, the flow of the blood vessel. So that's why we will do the Doppler echocardiography. The second option, don't mark these options, otherwise it will be silly mistake. It is the electrocardiography. It is the echocardiography. Okay, so don't mark this. That how you will able to avoid any silly mistakes. A 10-year-old boy who was outdoor in the windy and cold weathers. Okay. So there is outdoor in windy and cold weather, developed the moderate pain and tingling. So what we have seen, there is a developed the moderate pain and tingling in his fingers and the toes. When he had returned home, his parents noticed that the tips of finger and toes were white and the sensitivity was lost. The affected area are warming up, the fingers are tingling and in the pain. The skin pallor changed into the redness, tingling stopped, slight itching, swelling of finger appeared, determining the frostbite degree in this child. So when we discussed about the frostbite, so see, frostbite, ठंड ने भटका दिया, ठीक है, ठंड ने खा लिया, तो दैट इज द फ्रोस्ट बाइट. और बड़ा हो जाएगा क्या? नहीं, इतना ही रहेगा. फ्रोस्ट बाइट. देखो, when we talk about the frost bite, the frost bite is what? It is the, like when we having any ice crystals are there, or any in the like ice areas, ice crystals will be formed in the tissues. The ice crystals forms in the tissue, and what they will do? They cause membrane injury and microvascular damage. There will be the membrane injury and microvascular damage. Microvascular damage will be there. Microvascular damage will be there. But if you do the rewarmings, that can lead to the reperfusion injury. That can lead to the more perfusions will be there. That's why we will not do the rewarming. Then it having the 4 stages or the 4 degree, or the not degree. It has the 4 stages. The 4 stages, what you will see in the first stage, what we see, the hyperemia. The first one will be the hyperemia. That means redness will be seen. After that, we will see there is a skin loss will be seen. The skin loss will be there, and along with that we will see the large vesicles. What we will see? The large vesicles will be seen. After that, we see there will be, these vesicles will be filled with the blood. So we see there will be the hemorrhagic vesicles will be there, and the skin loss means there is a full thickness skin loss will be seen. Means skin will be completely lost. Full thickness skin loss will be there. In the 4th stage, muscles or bone will be involved. The muscles or bone will be involved. Okay, so that you need to remember. Okay, how you will manage these patients, you need to give don't rub the tissue, because if you rub the tissue, because they have the vesicles, and the vesicles, they will be very painful. So what you will do, you will do the not continuously rewarming, you will do the gradual rewarmings of the legs. Once you do the gradual rewarmings, after that you should be aware that it should not be converted into the reperfusion injury. There will be no more much flow, perfusion will be there, that why it called the reperfusion injury. Or it can also cause the gangrene. Okay, if that is gangrene is there, then you need to wait for the wet gangrene or the dry gangrenes. You need to differentiate that, and before once it will convert into the gangrene conditions, then you need to amputate. Once it will convert into the gangrene conditions, you need to amputate that. But before the amputations, you should having to wait if it is wet or the dry gangrene, so that you need to wait. Okay, that you need to do. Okay, see, so in the first degree or the first stage, what we see, the epidermis, the layer will be completely like like very small thickness of the epidermis will be lost. In the second stage or in the second degree, so there will be the, what you will see, the skin loss, means epidermis along with the dermis will be lost, and the large vesicles will be formed. Okay, and after that, in the third degree, that is after third degree, what you will see, there is a full thickness. The full thickness means epidermis will be gone, hypodermis will be gone, along with that the dermis will be completely gone, and this hemorrhagic vesicles, and it will be the very painful conditions. We will see the pale grey extremity. We will see the pale grey extremity. The pale grey extremity will be seen. And the fourth one, it involves the muscles or the bones or the tendons, and it can also cause what we can see there is a necrosis in the fourth one. We can also see the color of the periphery or the extremity will be the black grey color. The black grey color will be there, and this will be the painless condition. This will be the painless conditions. Okay, this is the, and in the degree 1 we see the minimal pain with the rewarmings, in the degree 2 we see the moderate pain. So in this question we can see there is a pain, moderate pain and tingling in the fingers and the toes when he had returned homes. As here is a moderate pain, I told you in the stage 2, so don't confuse with that. When he had returned home, his parents noticed the tip of the finger, the toes were white and their sensitivity was lost. The affected area are warming up. The fingers are tingling and the skin. So warming up, all these things we seen in case of the type 1. The fingers are tingling and pain, skin color change into the redness. Tingling stopped, slight itching and the swelling of the fingers appeared. So what we will that we called into the, if there is a redness is also there, and also when we do the warming up, the affected area warming up, and there will the redness is there. So we will put it under the frostbite of the first degree, in which we see there is a hyperemia or the redness is there, erythema is there, edema will also be there. The edema will also be there, or erythema like the hyperemia, the same thing. Okay, so that's why it is the frostbite of the first degree. Paraneosis, it is nothing, forget this. After that, question number 11, we see there is a hemorrhagic rashes on the skin. She has been presenting with these signs for the month. Blood, what we see, the erythrocyte, color index is 1.1, leukocyte, platelet. What analysis would be most advisable for diagnosis making in this case? See, if as it is the anemia cases, so if any things or any CBC report is given in the questions, means he is something in targeting something related to the anemia like conditions, or any like we need to take the biopsy for that conditions. As color index is 1.1, so it is maybe targeting to the macrocytic anemia. And also we have seen that there is a hemorrhagic rashes. So in cases of anemia, we have to do the, when we discussed about the anemia, we discussed there was a bone marrow biopsy or the bone marrow aspiration, I think. Yeah, we discussed there. We discussed where we took this as the in the sternum or the femur. So the mainly what we do, the sternal puncture. This is the long bones, so we will take the sternal puncture for the bone marrow biopsy. Okay, this one we discussed in the anemia topic. Question number 12. A 12-year-old boy with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So this patient is having the HOCM, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Complaint of the dyspnea caused by the slight physical exercise. Echocardiography detected asymmetrical left ventricular hypertrophy. So in HOCM, so we having the, this is the heart, this is what, right ventricle, this is the left ventricle, this is the right left atrium, left ventricles. Now see, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So these muscles, the hypertrophy, these muscles will be hypertrophied. These muscles will be hypertrophied. That's we call the hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So lungs, left ventricle size will be reduced. The left ventricle size will be reduced. Then it will lead to the sign of pulmonary hypertension. We know we having the pulmonary veins here. We having the pulmonary veins then directly open into the left atrium. So if this will be, the size of the left ventricle will be reduced. So if the left ventricle will not able to pump the blood, left ventricle will not able to pump the blood, that's why the backflow will occur, and this backflow will occur, it will go into the blood will go into the pulmonary veins, and in the pulmonary veins there will be the pulmonary edema, pulmonary hypertensions will be there. Left ventricular dilatations, its ejection fraction is 59%. Normally ejection fraction should be less than 45%. If it is more than 45%, it means this is the case of the heart failure. Okay. So if this is the case of the systolic, if this is the case of the systolic dysfunction, in case of the systolic dysfunction, what we will see, as we have discussed the systolic, so we having the problem with the left ventricular contraction, so pumping defect will be there, the pumping defect will be there, the pumping defect will be there, and after that we will be having some like if we talk about the diastolic dysfunction, in the diastolic dysfunction what we will be seeing, diastolic dysfunction what we will be seeing, the problem is in the filling, the problem in the filling defect, the problem in the filling defect will be there, like in case of the amyloidosis, sarcoidosis, alcohol, and in this condition systolic ejection fraction will be less than, ejection fractions will be less than 45%, the ejection fraction will be less than 45% will be there. Okay, so this is the heart failure in this condition, and there will be the preserved ejection fractions will be there. If it is less than 45%, we call this as the reduced ejection fraction. If it is 59, we call it the preserved ejection fraction. Okay. Now see, there are the many questions about the heart failure. So these questions again we will this topic we will discuss in the details. So after that these topics will be crystal clear to do, because I think there are the around 13 to 14 questions. So all the questions we will discuss together on, and we will discuss the topic also about the heart failure in the details. ठीक है. Next question. तो ये कीवर्ड याद कर लो. In the end, one of my friend who he told me if visual snow is there, then post hemorrhagic anemia will be the answer. And I think the same question has been come. Before the exams, he just told me the visual snow. If you see the visual snow in the question, then the answer, mark the answer post hemorrhagic anemia, because this option. So this remember this as a keyword. अगर visual snow question आए तो there will the answer will be the post hemorrhagic anemia. हालांकि this is not related to the this options, but if visual snow is there, and my friend he just told me before the exams, and the same question has been come in the exam. Okay, so 35-year-old man complained of the rapidly increased fatigue. So fatigue is there, along of course there is anemia, palpitation, visual snow, dizziness. He has a history of the peptic ulcer. The history of the peptic ulcer of the stomach. The history of the peptic ulcer of the stomach is there. Objectively, what we see, the skin is pale, vesicular respiration observed, systolic murmur is detected, and heart rate is there. Blood erythrocyte is there. Hemoglobin color index is less than. What type of anemia is the most likely present in this condition? See, when we talk about as we had discussed the peptic ulcers. So, if the peptic ulcers we discuss, in the question we have given the peptic ulcers. The peptic ulcers, they having some complications. The further complication, the firstly they will be having the hemorrhage. They will be having the hemorrhage. They will be having the hemorrhage, and hemorrhage we call this as the, it will lead to the anemia, and we call this as the post hemorrhagic anemia. Post, because it's occurring after the peptic ulcers, and due to peptic ulcers, that's why we will be having the post hemorrhagic anemia. What we will see, the bloody stools will be seen. Bloody stool will be seen. The other complication of the peptic ulcers, that is also important, that is the perforations. That is the perforations. If you see, if in the question they will give you something like that, air is present in the gastric regions on the X-ray. So in the X-ray, that means they are talking about the perforation. They are talking about the perforation. Peptic ulcer, it can lead to the stenosis also, means narrowing. Okay, the narrow, the stomachs will be the narrow, and that will cause the quick filling of the stomachs. Stenosis will cause the quick filling of the stomachs. You will get this keyword, quick filling of the stomach, and that is the peptic ulcers. That is the peptic ulcers. Okay, sideroblastic anemia, I hope that is the vitamin B5 deficiency. तो विटामिन B5 deficiency क्या होता है? That is the sideroblastic anemia. Okay, anyone have any doubt? Normal ejection sort of 55 less than 40 means heart failure. भाई इसको हम करें, दीक्षा, we will do it, don't worry about this question. Heart failure, we will complete it, we will discuss everything in detail. That's why I say, because I need to tell you about everything, and after that we will come to the ejection fraction. Ejection fraction की वैल्यू याद करने से नहीं, ejection fraction पता भी होना चाहिए ना क्या होता है. Okay, does anyone have any doubt in this question? Sideroblastic anemia. Sideroblastic anemia, vitamin B5. Is it correct? Sideroblastic anemia, is it correct? Vitamin B5. अरे yes और no, क्या तो तुम्हें मतलब, देखो तुम्हें पता है अगर विटामिन B5 होता है तो तुम्हें मतलब yes बोलना है. अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि you don't know that things, what is the ejection fraction, तो तुम्हें no बोलना है. You have the two options. तुम्हारे पास कोई भारी चीज है? Do you have any heavy, any materials with you? That is the vitamin B6. ठीक है? So that is the vitamin B6. So this is the sideroblastic anemia. Vitamin B6 deficiency is what? Sideroblastic anemia. Or hypoplastic anemia we discussed. Iron deficiency anemia. A 35-year-old patient has been suffering from illness for 3 days. 5 days ago, he returned from a trip to Africa. The onset of the disease was accompanied by the fever of the 40 degree. अफ्रीका से आया तो मलेरिया होगा शायद तो. Then he got the chills also. The chills also, the acute headache also, myalgia also. In the axillary region, the lymph node enlarged up to 3 into 6 centimeter can be palpated. The lymph node is dense, intensive, painful, slightly mobile. Without clear margin, the skin over the node is hyperemic and tight. Tachycardia is present. Make the preliminary diagnosis. So this is what? That is the plague. The plague is also common in the Africa. ठीक है. The plague, it is caused by the Yersinia pestis. The plague, it is caused by the Yersinia pestis. What we will see, the plague, it is caused by Yersinia pestis and it is common in the Africa and India. It is common in the Africa and India, and this is transmitted through fleas. Transmitted through fleas. What we will see in this condition, we see the high fever plus there will the chills also will be present, and we having the two type of the plagues. One, we having the bubonic plagues. In bubonic plagues, what we will see, we see the unilateral swollen and tender lymph nodes. What we will see, unilateral swollen and tender lymph node. Unilateral swollen and tender lymph node is present. Then we having one more, that is the pneumonic plagues. In case of the pneumonic plagues, what is there? There will be the chest pain will be there, cough will be there, hemoptysis will be there. So all these things we will see in case of the pneumonic plague. Okay, so this one is what, that is the plagues. Tularemia, that is caused by the Francisci tularensis. I think tularemia we discussed, है ना? Tularemia also, remember, the tularemia, it is caused by the Francisella tularensis. It is caused by the Francisella tularensis. Francisella tularensis. And what we will see in this condition, in case of the tularemia, what we will see? What we will see in these conditions? कराया ना मैंने शायद ये नहीं कराया तो अभी देख लो भाई. पेनफुल कंजक्टिवाइटिस. What we will see? The painful conjunctivitis plus what we will see? We see there is a pharyngitis and maculopapular ras. Pharyngitis plus what we will see? Maculopapular ras. Okay, so this is what that we seen in case of the Francisella tularensis. What we will, the drugs we will give in these conditions? We will give the penicillins, and also remember in the plague also, Yersinia pestis, we will be having the safety pin appearance. The safety pin appearance on bipolar stainings. When we do the bipolar stainings, what we will see? Safety pin appearance. Bipolar, it is P not, it is the P. Bipolar stainings. What we will see? That is a safety pin appearing. Yersinia pestis transmitted through the Africa. लैंग्वेज समझ में आ रही, राइटिंग समझ में आ रही है ना सबको? क्योंकि आज थोड़ा सा स्पेस कम है तो दैट्स वाई. राइटिंग समझ में आ रही है सबको? बोलो बच्चों, सबको राइटिंग समझ में आ रही है? ठीक है. अगर प्रज्ञाना को समझ में आ रही है तो फिर मतलब सबको समझ में आ रही है ना? चलो, मैं सब बीच में मजाक करता रहता हूँ, कभी कोई सीरियस मत ले लेना. पता चलो कि ऐसे बोल कैसे दिया, हिम्मत कैसे हुई. ठीक है. उसके बाद देखो, caries morbidity rate is 89% among the residents of the community. It is determined that fluorine content in the water is 0.1 mg per liter. Now what we are seeing, the fluorine content. So this question is, they will ask you. So if normal amount of the fluorine that should be there, that is 0.7 mg minimum. 0.7 mg per liter, that should be the minimums. Along with that, if we having the maximum, would be the 1.5 liter, 5 mg per liter will be the maximum. So this is the minimum amount. Okay, this is the maximum amount. Minimum, and this is the maximums. So this is the fluorine. This is the fluorine. If fluorine will be less, if fluorine will be less, what it will cause? It will cause the dental caries. what will cause the dental caries. But if fluorine will be more, if fluorine will be more in water or in toothbrush, ठीक है, then it will cause the fluorosis. If fluorosis, that will cause the fluorosis. Okay, so the teeth, what will cause it, the resorptions of the teeth will be seen, the resorption of the teeth will be seen if it is the fluorosis. Along with that, there will be the bone resorption also seen, the bone resorptions also seen. Okay, that is the fluorosis. The dental caries means yellowish something, the yellowish of the teeth, the yellowish of the teeth due to less fluorine. So what we are having, the caries morbidity rate is 89%, and it is determined that fluorine content in the water is 0.1 mg per ml. So what preventive measures should be taken? So we having the 0.1 mg per ml, so we having the less. So that's why what we will give, we will provide the water fluorinations. We will provide, we will add more fluorine in the water, that is the water fluorinations. After that, next question, during appointment with the doctors, painful itching rash. So what we have seen, there is a painful itching rash that appeared on the skin under the beard and moustache 1 year ago, with a frequent exacerbation occurring throughout the year. Objectively, the skin of the facial hair growth are area is bluish purple, thickened with pustules, erosion, scabs covering the moist surface. The fistula tracts are surrounded by the area of loose pink red granulations and discharge pus. The skin resembles the mulberry in appearance. So make the diagnosis. So what is the diagnosis? Mulberry appearance, that is the psychosis. We are having the psychosis Barbe. Psychosis Barbe. The psychosis Barbe is what? The skin with hair follicles. The skin with hair follicles. एक सेकंड रुको. फोर्थ वीडियो में ठीक है. ठीक. Okay, let's come back. Psychosis Barbe, what we have discussed, the skin with hair follicles. The skin with hair follicles is what? That is the psychosis Barbe. That is the psychosis Barbe. So what we have seen, also called this condition as the, it is also known as the folliculitis Barbe. This is also known as the folliculitis Barbe. Why the folliculitis Barbe? Because an itching and it is involved the follicles, hair follicles, and that is the, that's we call the folliculitis Barbe. What we have seen, that it is the itchy conditions. There will the itching will be there, and there will the tender papulopustular, there will the papulopustular eruption of hair follicles will be seen. Papulopustular eruption of hair follicles in the skin area that is prone to the shavings, like in the case of the beard. Okay, that is like the shaving areas. That is the shaving areas. Okay, and follicular Barbe, or we can say it deep seated, because it is involving the deep area. That's why the deep seated folliculitis Barbe, deep seated folliculitis Barbe. And there will be the scarring also. There will be the scarring formations. So what you will see, the scar will be there, and there is some area of permanent hair loss. The area of permanent hair loss will be seen. So that is the scarring will be seen. Okay, so that you need to remember. Also remember it having the appearance that give the mulberry appearance. That is giving the mulberry appearance. Mulberry appearance, and it is caused by the bacteria, that is a, which bacteria? Staph aureus bacteria. It is caused by the Staph aureus bacteria, and there will be the purulent, it will cause the purulent inflammations. it will cause the purulent inflammations, and purulent inflammations that will lead to the pus discharge. Will be there. Okay, psychosis Barbie, the skin with the hair follicles. This is also known as a folliculitis Barbie, the deep seated. But you will see the itchy, tender papillopustular eruption of hair follicles, and along with that, where we will see which hair follicles mainly involve the beard area, the shaving area, and we will see there is scarring and the area of the permanent hair loss will be there, and it is caused by mainly the staph aureus, and what we will see in the staph aureus, the purulent inflammations or the pus discharge will be seen. Okay, so there is a pink red granulations and discharge pus is there, mulberry appearance, bluish purple pustules, papillopustules will be there, and the beard and the moustaches area, itching rash will be there. So what is the answer? That is the psychosis. Rest, there will the questions will be coming, then we will discuss. Okay, leave these questions because it is associated with the heart failure. A 39-year-old man is battery attendant. So if in the question they give you the battery contain the lead. Okay, suddenly develop the weakness, loss of appetite, non-localized colic, abdominal pain, nausea. Objectively skin is grey, there is a pink pressed tips on his gums. Okay, so what we have seen, the skin, pink grey stripe on his gums. Remember this, pink grey stripe on his gums. What we have, pink grey stripe on his gums. What you need to remember, pink grey stripe on his gums. Skin will be the grey, pink grey stripe on his gums, lead poisoning. Pink grey stripe on his gums, lead poisoning. The stomach is soft and sharply painful. Blood test erythrocyte with basophil stippling. Basophilic stippling seen in lead poisoning. Basophilic stippling seen in the lead poisonings. Pink grey strip seen in the lead poisoning. Basophilic stippling seen in the lead poisoning. The patient has osteopeptic ulcer, diseased stomach. There is tendency to constipate, the most likely provisional diagnosis. So answer will be the lead poisonings. And the lead poisonings, the another name of it, that is the saturninisms. The another name is the saturninisms. Okay, the saturninisms, what you will see, the gums or the gingiva. The gums and gingiva, it will be looks like the pink grey deposits. Pink grey deposits will be seen. So the pink grey line will be seen. That is seen in case of the lead poisonings. Other than that, we discussed that Seetal. So Seetal was the L for the lead poisoning. So this is the microcytic anemia. There will be see basophilic, along with that abdominal pain will be there. Abdominal colicky pain will be there, and constipations can also be seen. And along with that we see there is a basophilic stippling will be there. The basophilic stippling will be there. Okay, so that you need to remember. Take a water, take a deep breath, drink water, and then come back. Just 1 minute. Okay, so if you see that battery attendant, pink grey stripe, basophilic stipplings mark the lead poisonings. चले आगे, लेट्स गो फॉरवर्ड. देखा मेरी इंग्लिश ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते, तुम कुछ नहीं बोल सकते भाई. चलो, दो बंदे और कौन आए ने बताओ मुझे. कौन आए दो बंदे और? कौन थे वो दो बंदे? कितने आदमी थे? दो. ये वही दो लोग हैं. A 9-month-old infant presents with the delayed tooth eruptions and fontanel's closure. यार ये तो तुम इजी है, ये तो तुम खुद ही कर लोगे, इसमें तुम्हें कुछ कहने की दिक्कत ही नहीं है. A 9-month-old infant, देखो 9-month-old infant. When we discussed the breastfeeding also, there I also told the vitamin D is also not present in the breast milk. With the delayed tooth eruption, fontanel closures, weakness, excess sweating, what type of hypovitaminosis is the most likely? That is the hypovitamin D. Okay, so breast milk has the breast milk no vitamin K and vitamin D. No vitamin K and no vitamin D will be there. Okay. ओके चलो बताओ विटामिन की क्या करेगा? बहुत कुछ करेगा, करवा के तो देखो. विटामिन सी व्हाट इट विल डू? विटामिन सी व्हाट इट विल डू? इट विल कॉज द स्कर्वी. इट विल कॉज द SCURVY. ओके, दैट गिंगिवल ब्लीडिंग्स. विटामिन B1 क्या करेगा? B1 बेरी बेरी. विटामिन B1 क्या करेगा? बेरी बेरी. मेरी बेरी के बेर मत तोड़ो. विटामिन ए क्या करेगा? चलो बताओ. दैट कॉज द नाइट ब्लाइंडनेस. दैट कॉज द नाइट ब्लाइंडनेस. विटामिन B6 का तुम खुद करना कि क्या करेगा क्या नहीं करेगा. ठीक है. A 10-year-old girl exhibits a high level of the physical developments. Her body length increased by 10 cm within years, which is doubles norm for her years. The number of the permanent teeth corresponds with the age norms. विटामिन B6 क्योंकि अभी जस्ट थोड़ी देर पहले बताया, जस्ट बिफोर आई टोल्ड यू, दैट्स व्हाई it will cause. A 10-year-old girl exhibits the high level of the physical development. Her body length increased by 10 cm within years. Okay, so high level of the physical development is there. Her body increased by 10 cm within years, which is double in the norm of age groups. The number of permanent teeth corresponds with the age norms is 20. Permanent 8, 10-year-old 20. The development of her secondary sexual character is 3 years ahead of her age. The development of the secondary sexual characters ahead of her age. MPX menarche. What is that? MPX menarche. So there is a menarche. Okay, 3 years of age. Development rate ahead of her biological and occur due to. They ask simple question. In the simple question, they ask very simple, very simple, because they ask directly. They don't ask you the hormone. They didn't ask you the about the gland. They didn't ask you the super gland. They just ask you what are the systems. So which systems will be affected? That is the endocrine systems will be affected, because it is which condition? It's include the precocious puberty conditions, and precocious puberty we already discussed in detail. Because precocious puberty, menarche, if it occur at the age of the tens, so which axis will be impaired? That is the hypothalamo pituitary gonadal axis will be impaired, and there is the high FSH, high LH will be there, and that will cause the precocious puberty. Everything we discussed, what are the treatment, everything. Precocious puberty, delayed puberty, all these things already discussed. Infant has been born at the 41st week. 41st week. The pregnancy was complicated. Okay, tell me 41st weeks. I will ask, and then person will answer. If that person will not answer, मैं उससे कट्टी हो जाऊंगा. ठीक है. Who will answer? Who will answer? Who will answer? Who will answer? Shakshi. 41. Yeah, that is the correct one. Sideroblastic anemia. The 41 week is the term baby or the post-term baby? Sakshi, 41 week is the post-term baby or the term baby? Your और कोई बता दो भाई. साक्षी ओपन योर वीडियो. जो भी आंसर नहीं करेगा, आई विल से टू ओपन देयर वीडियो सो दैट दे कैन आंसर. This is the terms.
It's a
Pragyana
term baby. It's a term baby.
See, the money there up to 41 plus 6 days that is a
Hello.
dumb baby. ठीक है. The pregnancy was complicated with the severe gastroscopy of the second trimester. The weight of the baby is 2,400 grams. Those who will not answer need to open their video for the whole class. Otherwise, you can leave the class. Bye bye, good night, टाटा, सो जाओ, जो करना है वो करो. I don't care. ठीक है. This is for everyone, not for just for single person. This is for everyone. The pregnancy was complicated with the severe gastroscopy of the second semester. The weight of the baby is 2,400 grams. The height is 50 centimeter. Objectively, the skin is flabby. The layer of the subcutaneous fat is thin. Hypomyotonia, neonatal reflex are weak. The internal organs are without pathological changes. This अरे भाई साक्षी voice problem, voice I disconnected the voice. I'm sorry. You already answered, but I disconnected because my voice is connected with the microphone. That's why I'm not able to hear you. That's why I say to answer in the chat box. I'm sorry, I make that wrongs. Okay, but still this is a like it's for everyone. If you will you need to answer in the chat box, because I use the microphones and I'm not able to hear your voice. Okay. But that thing is for everyone. If you will not answer in the chat box also, then definitely you need to open the video. Otherwise, you can leave. The weight of the baby is 2,400 grams. The height is 50 centimeter. Objectively, the skin is flabby. The layer of the subcutaneous fat is thin. Hypomyotonia. Neonatal reflexes are weak. The internal organs are without pathological changes. This newborn can be assessed by. So this is the, we can see the 41st week, 2,400. What was the average I told you? 2.5 kg. Average. The height is 50 centimeter, should be 55. The object, the skin is flabby, the layers of it thin, hypomyotonia, neonatal reflexes are also weak. It should be the very good condition at the 41st week. So that's why we will be having this condition is the IUGR, intrauterine growth retardation. That is the intrauterine growth retardation. Okay, normal body weight, that is should be 2.52. Normally it is 3, more than 3. But average will take it the 2.5 kg. Okay, hypotonia, hypomyotonia, weak neonatal reflexes, less body weight, flabby skins, thin fat, all these are the symptoms of the intrauterine growth retardation, or that is the IUGR. That is the IUGR. Okay, it cannot be the premature infant, immature infant, it cannot be the post-mature full-term infant with the normal body weight, no. After that, a patient suffering from infiltrative pulmonary tuberculosis was prescribed streptomycin, rifampicin, isoniazid, pyrazinamide, vitamin C. 1 month after the beginning of the treatment, the patient started complaining of the reduced hearing and the tinnitus. Hearing and tinnitus. What is that? Streptomycin. I hope everyone. As for sunna means in English क्या कहेंगे? Sunna hearing. It is not connected. So as for means sunna. मतलब what we are hearing. Sunna means hearing. Sunna means hearing. So streptomycin, there will be the hearing loss will be there. Streptomycin, the hearing loss will be there. They all are the anti-tubercular drugs. I hope every one of you know already these things. Anti-tubercular drugs, what are these? They are the RIPES. RIPES. So what are the RIPES? R for rifampicin, I for isoniazid, P for pyrazinamide, E for erythromycin. E for not erythromycin, E for ethambutol. Erythromycin नहीं, ethambutol. So E for ethambutol, S for streptomycins. Okay. सबको इसके साइड इफेक्ट्स भी पता है. R rifampicins, what they cause? R for red urine. They cause the red urine. Okay, and also remember that inhibit the messenger RNA. It inhibit the messenger RNA. Then also I for isoniazid. Isoniazid, what they do cause? They decrease the vitamin B6, and they also cause the peripheral neuropathy. They also cause the peripheral neuropathy. P for pyrazinamide. Pyrazinamide. What the pyrazinamide do? Increase the uric acids. Pyrazinamide, what they do? Increase the uric acid. Ethambutol, what is cause? Optic neuritis. ठीक है, all this we discussed in the at the croc one time. As for streptomycins, what it could cause? Hearing loss. The doctor appointment with a patient who 2 days ago developed severe chest pain on the left, general weakness, high temperature and headache objectively along the fourth and fifth intercostal nerves. On the left skin there is hyperemic and there is a tight cluster of the small vesicles. So what we are seeing, small vesicles, tight cluster vesicles with the clear serous content. Direct answer. Vesicles with the clear serous content, that is the herpes zoster. That we discussed the chicken pox. Yes, the chicken pox, herpes zoster virus, that is the varicella zosters. In that herpes zosters, what it will call the chicken pox. Chicken pox. What is the another name of this? Is the varicella zoster. Varicella zoster virus. What it will cause? Chicken pox in children's. Chicken pox in children's. But if we talk about the adults, it will cause the singles. It cause the singles in adults. It will cause the singles in adults. Okay. What we will see in the chicken pox? The blisters with clear transparent fluids, and in the singles, what we will see? Encephalitis. I hope everyone knew. We discussed the chicken pox in the details. Okay, so if you see the blisters or the vesicles with clear transparent fluids, so we call this as the chicken pox. With singles, what we will see? We see the encephalitis. The encephalitis, and also we see the eye problems. The eye problems will be seen. This is the highly painful conditions. Highly painful conditions. Or we see the highly painful rash will be seen in the singles. Okay. For the diagnosis, what we will do? The Jank smear. For the diagnosis, what we will do? The Jank smear. The Jank smear will be done. Jank smear will be done. What is the treatment or the drug of the choice? Treatment and the drug of the choice. What we will give? That is the acyclovir. Acyclovir. Other drugs what we can give? That is the valcyclovir. Valcyclovir. Okay. Acyclovir, valcyclovir, chickenpox, children, blisters, singles, adult, encephalitis, eye problem, highly painful rash. Sorry, T-Jank smear, acyclovir. Okay, impetigo we discussed. What is cause? Honey crust. Impetigo, remember the keyword honey crust. Honey crust lesions. Impetigo. Dermatitis herpetiformis. It is associated with which conditions? देखो अभी ये in this questions what we are getting? During's disease. Okay, so remember this name, because this can be asked directly. They cannot give the dermatitis herpetiformis. In that they can give just During's disease. Okay, so if during disease means same thing, dermatitis herpetiformis. Can you tell me it is associated with which disorder? Associated with which disorder? Dermatitis herpetiformis. यार तुम बहुत स्लो कर रहे हो, बहुत स्लो. मुझे नहीं पता क्या कर रहे हो, बट इट्स अब तक तो आंसर आ जाना चाहिए था. और ये सारे सब चीजें कराई हुई है मैंने ऑलरेडी. It is associated with the ulcerative colitis. Celiac disease. देखो UC लिख रहा है भाई. Ulcerative colitis. पढ़ लो भाई यार. It is associated with the celiac disease. Okay. What is the treatment? Treatment we give the dapsone. याद आया कुछ? Dapsone. Remember we discussed the dapsone. कराया था. पढ़ लो. Keyword net cataract. Okay. If you see the net-like vision, I hope everyone एक इंस्टा पे मैंने आज एक I shared one thing on Insta. So there was the things, the future as clean as vision in the cataract. Okay, so if you see the net like visions, okay, that dhundlapan, the net like vision, so that means they're talking about the cataract. So what you will see in the cataract, we see the opacification of intraocular lens, opacification of the intraocular lens. Okay, along with that we see the blood vision. We see the glare. Along with the glare we see the halos. Halos. This is the halos surrounding that. Something is surrounding around the lights. Halos around the lights. In glaucoma, what we see? The tunnel-like visions. Glaucoma is tunnel-like vision. Tunnel-like vision. That is the glaucoma. Tunnel-like vision. So in the glaucoma, what we see? The increase of intraocular pressures. The increase of the intraocular pressures. So what we will see? Optic nerve will be damaged. Optic nerve will be damaged. Or also we can say the optic disc also involves. The optic disc or optic nerve will be damaged. In glaucoma, we see the increased intraocular place, the tunnel-like visions. In the cataract, we see the opacification intraocular lens, blood visions, the glare or halos will be there. Night visions will be difficult. Night visions will be there. Difficult night vision will be there. ठीक है? Okay. If you want to take the breaks, then we can take the break, otherwise we will continue. Okay, 10, let's take the 5 minutes break and after that we will continue. Okay, just I think around 40 or 50 we will see according to the questions. Okay, 40 or 50 questions we will do. In between, if you want to see any notes, you can tell me. तेरी कहानी में सारा मैं तो तेरा हिस्सा अभी नहीं पता चला भाई मनी क्वेश्चन 1 नोट्स क्लिनिकल डेथ और बायोलॉजिकल डेथ भी डिस्कस्ड. स्टाइपेंड का भी नहीं पता चला अभी. जस्ट टुडे वी सुप्रीम कोर्ट टेल कि स्टाइपेंड मिलेगा. अदरवाइज and Haryana Medical Council also saying that stipends, they will give the stipends, but हाँ वही सेम. तुम में से नींद किस किस को आ रही है? ज्यादा नींद में बावला हो रहा है जो, और दोबारा समझा दीजिए. अनुज स्वामी को, अनुराग, अनुज को आ रही है ना नींद? देखो भाई 4 जो है ना, हिंदी में बता देता हूँ मैं, ठीक है. देखो 4 में क्या है कि एक प्रिवेंशन लेवल होते हैं हमारे पास. प्रिवेंशन मतलब जब हम रोकथाम करते हैं किसी भी चीज का, तो हमारे पास प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स होते हैं. प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स तो उसको हम बोलते हैं प्रिवेंशंस. तो एक होता है हमारे पास प्राइमोडियल प्रिवेंशंस. प्राइमोडियल प्रिवेंशंस के अंदर क्या होता है कि हम किसी भी चीज को हम रोक रहे हैं ताकि उसका रिस्क फैक्टर आने से पहले ही हम उस चीज की कंडीशन को हम अगर उसका रोकथाम कर रहे हैं. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हम किसी को एजुकेशन दे रहे हैं, ठीक है, इन द फ्यूचर्स कि कभी उसका रिस्क फैक्टर ना आए, ठीक है, उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? प्राइमोडियल प्रिवेंशंस. बट एक बार किसी चीज का रिस्क फैक्टर आ गया, ठीक है, अगर कोई बंदा स्मोकिंग, अगर किसी को हम गलत हैबिट करने से रोक रहे हैं, ऐसे समझो किसी को अगर हम गलत हैबिट करने से रोक रहे हैं, तो वो गलत हैबिट करने से रुक गया और उसको मतलब हम उसको अच्छी एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, तो वो हमारी प्राइमोडियल फेज के अंदर आ गया. अभी है कि वो अपनी गलत संगत के अंदर पड़ गया और उसके अंदर क्या है कि वो हमारे पास उसके रिस्क फैक्टर है कि ये बंदा हमें कि ये जो है इसके अंदर रिस्क फैक्टर ये है कि इसके फ्रेंड सर्कल जो भी हैं वो सारे खाने पीने वाले हैं बंदे और बिल्कुल स्मोकिंग एरियाज वाला जोन है. और तो उसके अंदर हमने एजुकेशन तो हमने प्राइमोडियल फेज के अंदर दे दी है, बट अभी क्या है, स्टिल एक रिस्क फैक्टर प्रेजेंट है. और वो रिस्क फैक्टर की वजह से कि वो रिस्क फैक्टर क्या है कि ये भी कभी ना कभी स्मोकिंग कर सकता है, तो वो एक रिस्क फैक्टर हो गया, तो उसको हम लेंगे प्राइमरी प्रिवेंशन में. इसी तरीके से कि अगर कोई भी डिजीज है तो उसको भी हम किस में ले लेंगे? प्राइमरी प्रिवेंशन के. उसका रिस्क अगर प्रेजेंट है, फॉर एग्जांपल हम वैक्सीन दे रहे हैं, हम वैक्सीन दे रहे हैं किसी को भी, तो हम वैक्सीन क्यों दे रहे हैं? क्योंकि कोई ना कोई रिस्क प्रेजेंट है, तभी तो हम वैक्सीन दे रहे हैं. अगर कोविड आया तो कोविड के अंदर हमने क्या किया? हमने वैक्सीन दी. इन कोविड वी गेव द वैक्सीन. व्हाई वी गेव द वैक्सीन्स? बिकॉज देयर वाज ए रिस्क, and to prevent that risk was COVID, and to prevent that risk we need to give the vaccine. That's why we will consider it into the primary prevention. So that is the primary prevention, we are preventing it primarily. before disease to happen, we are that is the primary. Secondary में क्या है, that is the early stage. The secondary early stage में क्या होगा कि early जो stage of the disease है, तो उसमें क्या होगा कि in the secondary things कि हमारे पास we have already the disease. Now patient has got the COVID. Now if the patient has got the COVID or any person has got the COVID, so already the disease is present. So there is a no risk factor. So we need to diagnose that conditions and we need to screen that condition. So screening, diagnosis, all these things will come under the secondary. Now we having the any complications can be there. This COVID patients can undergo the mucormycosis if not treated properly, है ना, black fungus. So that will becomes under the tertiary. So in the secondary we have to prevent the we have to treat the, now we can't prevent, we can treat these patients or we have to diagnose that patient, that is come under the secondary. But once it is complicated, it is converted into the tertiary structure. Okay, in the tertiary we need to prevent the recurrence, we need to prevent the complications of that patients. As this is the two question, that's why they write it here, the prevention, the recurrence and the complications, because maybe they have the included the in they have just three prevention, primordial, primary and the secondary, and in secondary also the complication also they include in the secondary, that's why they write the options, the complications also. ठीक है, now you understand. अभी नहीं, दिन में ज्यादा आती है भाई और सुबह सुबह. एक लास्ट में एक पोएम सुनाता हूँ फिर, ठीक है, फिर नहीं आएगी. चलो लेट्स कंटिन्यू फर्दर. So the question number 25. 25 saying for the week, a 42-year-old patient has been suffering from the fever attack followed by the high temperatures which occur every 48 hours. Body temperatures, वो वाला question समझ में आ गया ना? That question understand अनुराग or everyone? Prevention वाला, ठीक है. Now it displays, ठीक है. For a week, a 42-year-old patient has been suffering from the fever attack followed by the high temperature which occur every 48 hours. Body temperature reach up to 40 degrees Celsius and decrease in 3 to 4 hours. तो ये जो है ये कैसा हो गया, इंटरमीडिएट, कि मतलब एक बार one time it is going up, the temperature is going up and then temperature is decreasing with excessive sweatings. So if anyone have got the malaria, so in that region the person you see that this occurs every 48 hours, the high temperatures, and the patients will be having the shivering and there will be the excessive sweating will be there. The patient with the loss of appetite and general fatigue will be there. Skin is pale, the liver and the spleen are large and dense on palpations. So these all are the like symptoms of the malaria. So for that what we need to do, we need to check about the microscopy of the blood sphere and we will take the thick blood sphere. देखो, when we take the, if it is the case of the malaria, so for the malaria we will take the if this slide, on one slide we take the thin smear, on one slide we take the thin smear, and on another side of that slide we take the thick smear. In one side we see, we want to check about like which plasmodium is there, it is vivax, it is the falciparum, or which type of the plasmodium is there that is causing that. And another side what we see that how much amount of the plasmodium is there. So that's why we take the thin smear and then we take the thick smear on the one slide, on the like both the sides, on the one side and another sides. Okay. Then these questions we just discussed yesterday, bitten in the skin. So what is the anti-rabies vaccines? So there was the things about the bites and rabies. So we having the wound is superficial. Here the question about the vaccination. The regular vaccine against the tetanus was received 3 months ago. What treatment tactic would be most advisable in this case? Now see, this having the anti-rabies vaccination, anti-rabies immunoglobulin, this is bitten in the skin by a stray dog, so it will cause the rabies. So we will not give the tetanus, so we will give the rabies. Anti-rabies vaccination, anti-rabies immunoglobulins. From both these options we need to choose. So see, we discussed that rabies, it is come under the family rhabdovirus, and it is the bullet shaped virus. And they have the helical capsid structure, okay. And remember also that it is transmitted so they have the helical capsids, and along with that, remember that it is transmitted by the, we discuss what it is, तुम हो ना यहाँ पे, हाँ हो. So it is transmitted by the,
We can't see the screen.
dogs, raccoons, and shrinks, or the rabbit.
भैया
I think the laptop device has been fooled. Yes.